So we found ourselves in this group here, this scenario that we've got. Kenya, we played against them, goalless draw. We played in Uganda. We played against Cameroon as well, goalless draw in Uganda. But the stakes are different now. What are we saying about this situation here?
Well, you know what? The mathematics are simple. We need a draw, but I think the practicality is a different thing. I want us to go for broke, go for a win, because we have to go back to 1985, and I'll keep repeating this: 1985. That's the last time. That's the first and only time, actually, that we beat the Harambee Stars. And I think for a nation with such a rich footballing history, for a nation that calls themselves warriors, you cannot play another nation 12 times and only beat them once. And I think if you look at the positive trajectory that we've been on, especially in this Group J qualifiers, as we go to Morocco, I think we're going for the 6th African appearance. We need to get a win. I think we need to go out there and get a win. It's very possible. I think Michael Nice has had 4 games now to work with more or less the same squad. I think Taimo Machope, the only new addition, but it's basically, you know, that back line, for example, it picks itself. You know, from Washington Arubi, Gerald Takwara, Mnashe Garanganga, Godnos Murira, and Jordan Zimura. You know, it's even in the middle of the park, there's not too many changes that you can even envisage. Maybe we might see a Machope being given a chance, maybe ahead of Dube or Mafumo. That's up to Michael Nice. But I think we need a win. We need to go take a positive approach, go at Kenya, because Kenya cannot afford a draw. Kenya cannot afford a draw, so they're going to be playing expansively. They're going to be playing with a bit more positivity. So we have to plan and try and take advantage of their desire to come at us.
I'll tell you a story. Then I'll then go to David. So rewind back to 2012, as we were preparing for AFCON 2013, which was hosted by South Africa. Our last game we played against Angola.
Yeah.
So they came to the Faro Stadium, and Zimbabwe won by 3-1. So in the last encounter, we just needed to draw away to Angola, and then we would have qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations 2013. So my first time to even do commentary outside Zimbabwe on radio, I was with Star FM. So we went to Angola, and I was doing commentary. The stadium was packed to the brim, and I was there sitting in between fans. It was really difficult. So I'm doing commentary over the phone. First 6 minutes, we are 2-0 down, and it's finished like that. So, you know, I still have got, you know, that trauma, because I saw what happened. And I know, David, because you played the game, you were in such a scenario. How confident are you with where we are at the moment?
You know, it's very difficult, Howard, especially when the whole nation talks about a draw. To track a 1 point could be very, very difficult. And the pressure will be on boys to perform, you know, very well and less mistakes. Apana a mistake, but football terms, football is all about 80% or 90% being perfect. But as long as you don't give it yourself, and mistakes are one. And like everyone is talking about a point, instead of talking of beating Kenya. And now calculators are out and say, if we draw with Kenya, we do this and that. Like, I always conquer with Stitch.
Can you repeat that?
You all can also represent a chet and do the two will run. One would represent and do patronism.
Oh, I don't know what the pictures are.
Do patronism, but then upon Garoto, I was statement Rango and Nagango Garanda Tower, in any drawn from the Bango and school to Zona. In any, I still feel good. We can still go for broke. They'll come at us. Remember, they want to win the game. They come at us. We need to give them that game. And
we need to give them that game.
It's to end over.
Okay.
Don't to Vapa Bora. Could you
We need to give as much as we will take.
Exactly. Because remember, they want to unsettle us, especially in the first 10 minutes. They'll come at us. As long as we manage to defend well, less mistakes, being compact, we can get away with what we are looking for. I know we are going to win that game. That's a different team that is going to be playing on Friday. I see team here to get a 0-0-9. ivo vachauya vane machanges avanenge vakaita, because remember kuti Victor Michael Olunga was not there in the last 2 games avakatamba. He was not there, so apa aripo, he's fit. Saka ivo game plan yavo will be around their star player, yeah. And isusu we need to be careful.
And you look at Olunga right now in Qatar, he scored 5 goals in his last 5 matches.
Yeah.
Remember when we played in that 4 Nations tournament, he scored a hat-trick against Zimbabwe. So I think we also have to be, as much as we are giving as much as we get, we also have to be able to just manage that. But it's the time but
all right, let's move on. Kenya head coach Engin Ferret has expressed dissatisfaction of Zifa's decision to host their game against Kenya at the Peter Mokaba Stadium and Polokwane. Ferret voiced concerns that the 3-hour road journey from Johannesburg to Polokwane has disrupted his team's preparations because he traveled with the majority of locally based players, although they will be joined by a European contingent, I think, today. So Kenya are currently third on the log standings in Group J. They are on 4 points. So if they get 3 points from Zimbabwe, 4 plus 3, that's 7. And they will be hoping to beat Namibia in their last game. They will be on 10 points. So he is hoping that they also beat us. Then it will be what, head to head, something like that. That's if we get something from there won't be any need for head-to-head because we then get to 11 from 8. But hey, that game is really crucial. So the coach is not happy with that decision that they had to travel from Johannesburg to Polokwane by road by 3. But surprisingly, the Kenya Football Association want to host Namibia in their game because remember they're also playing home away from home. Yeah. They also want to host Namibia in Polokwane.
Yeah, so
what is the coach saying?
Life is not fair, what? Life is fair. So unongochida iwe wazo zvinenge zvidiwa nemumwe munhu. Saka isusu zvataida seZimbabwe ndo zvatiri kuita ka. Tingaite zvinoda Kenya ka. Toita zvatoda isusu seZimbabweans. Zvinobenefita isusu. Zvinoita kuti isusu tinge tichiwina game iroro. And remember the distance from Joburg to Polokwane, it can be 3 hours plus. Saka it's advantage to us. And remember the weather as well. Kurunaya ka. Saka tikuziva kuti Friday kunenge kwakaita sei. Kana kukanaya it will be good for us. Because remember kuna Kenya kunyanyoita sei. I'm sure. But still, they have to adjust to the conditions.
Resident meteorologist. I know Kenya is humid because of their proximity to the ocean. Yeah, but it rains in Kenya.
It's your premier football show, The Couch, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Konapo, Ipapo, Pazetium Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.